Hey guys, so today I promised you that I would share the floor plan for our home that we are building. You have all been asking about what kind of home we were building and what we decided to do, and we had so many options that it was really hard for us to narrow it down. But I think in the end, if this goes through, and you know, something could go wrong, but I think this is overall the best option for us. So we are doing a metal home. It is a metal frame, metal roof, metal sides. Eventually we'd like to do a rock side like this that you can see here, but and you know, make it very pretty. But in the beginning it's probably just going to be the metal and be really simple. But I want to show you how I done the floor plan first. So I go into my app here, and it is called Magic Plan. It looks just like this. It is a free app, but whenever you do go want to print this or send it to anyone to actually use these plans, you do need to purchase it. I think I paid $2.99 for this plan, and I had designed several different ones, but I have deleted them. So you don't have to go and pay the yearly fee that they have. So this, you can do different ground floors, you can add different things. I kept it really simple. I did get some of the measurements for things that I knew. For instance, my office, I knew exactly what furniture I needed to fit in there, that kind of thing. But everything else is kind of loosely made here. So I'm going to explain to you why we think this is the perfect homesteader's house or floor plan. I know that a lot of people were looking for a floor plan like this, and I'll explain what I mean by that. But the overall house is a 30-foot wide, or 30 foot, yeah, I guess wide, and then the length is 55, and in the end we might go down to 50 with that, or we might go up to 60. We have not discussed with the metal company what their limit is for their sheets of tin, so we need to figure that out. But we do have some wiggle room in our floor plan for that reason. So we'll start over here, and this is the kids' bedrooms. We have 2 boys and 2 girls, and they'll share rooms. We didn't want anything too big. They are 12 by 12 rooms. You can see here. They have a closet right here, which is going to be smaller than that. We don't have a whole lot of clothes. We are minimalist, so our kids do not have that many clothes that they need to be keeping in their room. A little hall here, and then just a simple bathroom with a bathtub and sink and shower. A tub is all that they need. And then you come out into our main living area, which is open concept. We have our living room. We've got a fireplace here that I plan to do, like the TV, fireplace, all that on that wall. A little play area over here to the I don't know if that would be your left or right, but right here. I moved a wall. And then so they'll just have like their play area here while we still have little kids, and then I'm sure once they get bigger we can put like a bigger couch, so another sofa there or something like that. So that's pretty simple. Here we have, I did measure the table out. I don't know why it does that, but measured the size of the table that we wanted, so that is accurate. I know I want an island. We're doing a wall of cabinets, and then this wall with the sink is going to be open shelves like this picture here that I will insert. So something like this, just really basic and simple and functional. And then we're going to have our front door will actually be here because this will be the front of the house. So I'm working with our contractor on how to kind of make this a little bit more formal when you come in, but really it's our house and it's how we're going to use it, so I'm not too worried about a perfect entryway. Okay, moving on right here. Oh, let me back up here. Okay. Alright, so where it says other, that is going to be a walk-in pantry. Just like this. It's kind of the idea that I'm having. I want lots of space to keep, for one, all of the kitchen tools, your Canon stuff. I want to keep my microwave in there because I don't like it sitting on my counter. We have like an air fryer and those kinds of things that you just don't want crowding up your kitchen space. Lots of food that we're going to be preserving and all of that kind of good stuff. So definitely need a good size pantry. And then the other thing that we were really wanting a good size of is a laundry room. We wanted back access because that's where we're going to be coming in. They're going to be kicking off their shoes. It's going to be you know, a mud room. So I measured our freezer and our washer and our dryer. We might change this layout, but this is the size of room that we want. We know that a large room, I would like to have, you know, plenty of space to store things in there that are just yucky and we don't want in other parts of the house. So that is a big, you know, something on the homestead. You're going to have lots of, you know, muddy boots and sometimes, you know, animals that need to come in your house. So you need to kind of a space for that. Right here is my office. I do have a separate business from this, and I love to sew and quilt and craft and Bible journal. And so I do have a office that's kind of my hobby, aside from obviously farming and gardening and homesteading, which is more of a lifestyle for us. My true hobby is sewing and crafting. So I have my office. We have a hall there, and then we go into our master bedroom, which is a 15 by 15. That measurement's a little bit off, but somewhere around there. We do have a king bed, so I made sure that we had space for it. I did not do a super huge closet because we don't have that much stuff that needs to be stored in a closet. But I did want a large bathroom. I wanted a large walk-in shower. This will be a double vanity. It is the size of a standard double vanity. And this is a 4 by 5 foot shower. So it'll be a nice walk-in tiled shower, is what I'm hoping to do if our budget allows it. So we are going to have wraparound porches on this. I think we're going to go 10-foot porches. I think we might do 8-foot. I don't know. But we do want wraparound porches. And a lot of metal homes are built on concrete slabs. However, we do want to build a subfloor. So we are going to try. We actually talked to our contractor today, trying to see what our options were about putting a subfloor, a metal home around a subfloor, traditional subfloor. So he's going to do some calculations and quote us a price to build that foundation and do all the framework on the inside, and possibly just go ahead and finish out the bathrooms and the kitchen for us as well. I know flooring is pretty easy, and that's something that we've done plenty of times. My husband's father is a carpenter, so he has built custom cabinets and stuff like that. So I'm not worried about us being able to do these things by ourselves, but we will have a lot going on as far as on the homestead and trying, you know, my husband works full-time as well. So just trying to balance all of that. And I also have another business. So, and we homeschool. So we have a lot going on, and we would like to be in this house within the next 8 months to a year is our goal. If we really pushed it, we could be in it in 6 months. That is obviously has a lot to do with our budget and what the banks will loan us if we end up having to finance the frame. Our thoughts are to finance the frame of the house and to pay out of pocket for all of the interior things. So that's, what our hope is, that we can kind of pay what we can. We will have some equity in our house, which I have been trying to keep you guys updated with. We're trying to get it done super quick because we have the trailer that we are moving into. It will be open in July. So we will be moving things up there in July. So we need to get our house sold so that we're not paying a mortgage here. We're ready to be out of that kind of debt. So we are trying to get, obviously, the most equity in our house because we want to be able to put as much as we can into this house. And then hopefully, become debt-free sooner because of not having this huge, elaborate, fancy house and huge monthly payment. So the other thing I was going to talk about is the windows. If you will notice, we have on the front we have 3 large windows, and then the back we have 2 large windows and then 2 small windows, and then 1 on the side of my office because I do film in there and for my other business, and so I need lots of natural light in there. But we wanted something that looked cohesive on the outside, and I knew that we wanted big windows in my office and the kitchen and our room. So we just went ahead and done that for the kids' rooms. Instead of having 1 or 2 small windows, we're just going to do 1 big window in those rooms. Also, once we figure out our decking, once we find out what our budget is going to be, what the cost is going to be, and what we can do ourselves, we are going to plan out our porches and things like that. So this living room, we may actually change this around a little bit and add some French doors there so that we can come back out to the back patio or back area, and utilize that area without having to go through the laundry room to get out there. So I think that's something that will happen, but it is not on here yet. And then I don't see any other major changes that we would do. Like I said, I don't know the exact dimensions of that kitchen, but I told my husband, I said, whatever it is, we can make it work, even if that means, swapping out a table for a smaller table or whatever. I utilize my island space a lot, and then I want my sink to be looking out a big old window so I can look out over our farm. And that was just kind of the idea of why we designed it this way, and it just worked out perfect for us. And we also, another big thing, I don't know what it is, was to we didn't want the kids' bedrooms right on our bedroom because, just parent reasons. I don't know. We just didn't want the kids' bedrooms right next to ours. We did not like layouts like that. We kind of like having our own space and keep them out of our room, and my office is back there. So we chose to put those 2 together and then kind of give them their own side of the house to kind of have as their own space. And yeah, so that's another thing. And a lot of people was actually looking for layouts with the kids' bedroom separate from the master bedroom, and almost all of the layouts are 2-story layouts. So that's something that we chose to not do with this, is to not have a second story or a loft or anything, which we could have a loft, and it would be an option. But if I did, I would put our office or my office and our school room / playroom area. I would do that in the loft instead. But that's just not something that I want to worry about heating and cooling, and a stairwell, fixing, a staircase and fitting it in. I struggled really hard trying to do a layout like that for the last 6 months or so, even probably a year. So I just gave that up and decided to go with a single floor plan. We are going to, I will say, in this area right here, the contractor is going to quote us to do a tongue and groove wood cathedral ceiling. So that's what we're going to do over that, and then the rest of the house will just be flat ceilings, and we'll probably have our attic space over here, over this part, and just have like storage up there, or whatever we need to run. So we are going to do we've got to do the clearing of the land, which we're not going to worry about till we get ourselves moved up there and get some things established on that land, because that's what's most important for us. But we are, it is spring fed. Lots of houses around there are fed from the same spring, so we are going to have to put in a new reservoir, because we're a family of 6, and then we have tenants that rent out a house, the old farmhouse on the property, and they are a family of 4, soon to be 5, so they use a lot of water, and it's the same reservoir. So we need to get another tank to hold water, and then we're going to eventually put in another tank for this house, so that we'll have 2 reservoirs feeding our new house. But for now, the one will just help cut some of that flow from that other house to the trailer when we move up there. And then we are going to do our heating and air and electric. I'm going to let Josh do it. Hopefully I can talk him into doing a video. He has got some ideas to kind of keep us off grid as much as possible, and some neat things that he's going to try to figure out and that he's been kind of studying on. So I will keep you in the loop with that. We will have ducts and heating ducts and vents through our house, but he has another idea of how to heat our house, and then we would cool our house more than likely just with an traditional HVAC system, but we haven't got there, so we're not quite sure what we're going to do. Something that the contractor brought up is, building codes and permits and things like that. So I am going to ask, we actually have a guy in our homeschool group who is our building inspector for our county, so I'm going to get in touch with him and see if he sees anything that we need to maybe address. But so far, we are super excited to get this far, and I am going to do a lot more in-depth videos about this. I just wanted to give you kind of a quick overview of our floor plan and our plans for what we're going to be building up there. I'm also going to I'm going to put a link to this floor plan in the description below, and that will allow you to come in and see all the measurements. I don't think it'll let you edit it, but it will let you kind of see all the measurements, so that if you needed to copy it, it's very easy, should be very easy for you to do that. And if you have any questions or you want to know something else, let me know in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer those for you. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great day.